Hi, I'm Meryl Key, and this is my mystery school. What is happening and why? Here's the full Astro Geek transits and moon phases for May 2024. And the star of the show is Jupiter and Uranus, still sizzling from their recent hookup. It's an epic burn-off before at the end of the month, Jupiter leaps into busy, buzzy Gemini for a 12-month growth spurt. You can find out more of what Jupiter in Gemini means for your sign in my May Astrology Dice horoscope videos, put out at the start of the month. But now, here is an astro overview of the planets for May 2024. Then we'll look back at the key transits in detail and wrap it up with a quick review. The Astro Weather April 2024 got a high danger rating. There was an eclipse on the 8th, and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction signalled shake-ups, exposure, renegotiation, and a reset of the moral compass. Where do you stand? The reverberations continue to hiccup over the next few weeks. But May is a new month, with a veil lifted and growth in the direction of hope. For the Northern Hemisphere peeps, May 1 is your springtime festival of Beltane, May Day. Nature is in full bloom and everywhere is buzzing with colour and creativity. A glorious rebirth after winter. It's a time that celebrates the abundance and fertility of the earth and the seasons, and everyone's in the mood for it. In the south, we're shifting from autumn into the dark. The festival of Samhain, to honour all those who've passed, shed the outer layers and welcome the time of turning inward. I normally celebrate Samhain with the Scorpio full moon, and this year that was at the end of April. So if you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you missed that one, the dark moon in Taurus on May the 7th is a good one to go for. Perfectly poised in that seasonal polarity of death and rebirth. Pluto turns retrograde on the 2nd, like a slow tidal glitch pulling at a magnet. It could make you feel compulsive and peering at your own shadow. Pluto is the lord of the underworld, where both the treasure and the secrets are buried. When Pluto turns retrograde, it can reveal what's hidden in plain sight. It trolls back through the unexpressed parts of your dark side and opens investigation of the closed files, including your fears, attachments, and obsessions. For the next 5 months, there'll be an internal process to dismantle and purge what you don't need anymore. This little trip down memory lane will take Pluto back into Capricorn from September through to November the 19th to sign off on the demolition job it's been doing in that sign since 2008. But back here in May, Chiron is separating from the North Node and bringing more clarity or resolution into a painful place. We're 1 month from that intense eclipse in April that highlighted a wound of rejection, abandonment, or exclusion, and it brought a call to action. Chiron has the effect of opening out deep soul wounds, exposing them to light, and healing through acceptance and compassion. The new moon in Taurus is on the 8th of May, and by then, Chiron and Mercury in Eris join to help fill in the pieces and link words with actions. Integrity and authenticity are key words. If you're not feeling good inside about something you've said or done, now is the time to make it right. And if you've called out an injustice, now you need to stand true and resist the urge to self-doubt your inner knowing. Over this new moon, contracts can be signed, agreements and pacts can be negotiated, acknowledgement is made. Chiron has been helping us through a cultural shift, and anything is possible if we start to treat what we hate with love. That new moon is at 18 degrees Taurus. Here's the sun and moon, only a cat's whisker away from Uranus at 22 degrees and Jupiter at 25. A bit further back in Taurus is Venus and Eris. This little thread of planets have the hallmarks of self-realization, a flash of brilliance, and a wake-up call coming in through the new moon cycle. Somewhere a comfort zone has fallen out of favour, or suddenly got too small, too restricting. The eclipse and the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction last month gave the call to action. And now the Taurus moon is marking out the practical steps that lead to a better future. One by one over the next 2 weeks, these planets will cross over the Uranus and Jupiter hotspots, like a gift that keeps on giving. Venus Eris in Taurus are perfect for Beltane festivals. They all combine to bring a joyful irreverence and a lot of pleasure into the start of the month. It's spicy and it's sassy, with a confidence that's hard to resist diving in. This is backing up that the right thing is happening, and it's coaxing you out of the closet. Saturn is in water sign Pisces, and it's also tuned in to the new moon, Uranus and Jupiter, in a good way, providing a bit of protection and structure. This picture reminds me of a bull kelp forest under the sea, anchored solid into rock, but swaying unpredictably with the currents of the ocean. There's so much life that grows and flourishes in this fertile environment of opposites, and the key to it is remaining earthed, but allowing flexibility, a filter system, and collaboration to thrive. The influence of the Jupiter-Uranus sizzle zone means that the first part of May could come with a surprise announcement, a breakthrough, a turnaround, or a sudden burst of inspiration and motivation. Whatever was holding you back is breaking free of the cage. Check in with your comfort zone. Is it time for a refurb? Between the new moon and the full moon on the 24th, we see the procession of planets over Jupiter and Uranus build and release bubbles of enthusiasm, sudden realizations, and even a break for freedom, a big vision, and for some, a dream come true. Jupiter is uplifting and optimist. It gives a turbo boost to whatever it touches. Uranus is electric and unpredictable. It cuts from the past and topples the status quo. So together, they create a million possibilities and combinations of enterprise, inspiration, and intelligence to break down the walls of limitation and set the spirit free. On the 13th, it's the Sun and Uranus, and on the 15th, it's Eris and Uranus. So we've got these ones covered for a really bolshy turn of events, stirring the pot mid-month. This is when a battle of wits could go rogue and go all out to prove a point. But there's also a flash mob vibe in there, an uprising, a mass movement. Perhaps just being caught in the moment and doing something joyous, rebellious, or a bit crazy. It's a revolutionary phase of the year, and these few days are lighting the fuse. Getting into that third week, between the 17th and the 19th, Mars crosses over the North Node in Eris, and it flicks on a switch for any procrastination or hesitation. If you've been holding back, Mars on the node in Eris can get a green light, put the pedal to the metal, and really get you going after what you want. Do you need to make your intentions clear? Do you need to back it up with action? If this question is hovering around mid-May, The answer is a big fat yes. Mars on the eclipse point gives a burst of activity and a show of strength. Hot on the heels, on the 19th, Venus hits Uranus, and the same day, the Sun lands on Jupiter. This is big sizzle. Venus is the god of love and attraction, and here she's plugged into three-phase power. Jupiter and the Sun together makes this a really lucky day, and the confidence to take or make an opportunity. But there's a special note. Venus and Uranus together don't care if all that luck coming is good luck or bad luck. They're like, now I have your attention, and their meeting could create divine timing or suddenly sever an important connection. Whatever. There's a brilliant willingness to take a chance and put some blind faith into the outcome. And that's the point here. It's the willingness to break through a barrier and extend yourself in some way. These influences all only last a day or two, but they're part of weaving that sizzle zone and setting off fireworks before Jupiter finally moves into Gemini. The full moon on the 23rd, or the 24th in Europe and USA, is in Sagittarius, and with beautiful cosmic planning. Venus has moved on to join with the ruler of Sag, meeting up with Jupiter, right there at the end of Taurus. This is super luxy, and the positive spirit is expansive grand gestures, big talk, big spend, long distance. It's a lucky day for adventure, pleasure, and it's a really great moon to launch a new project, make an announcement, or promote an idea. Spread the word. What a send-off. Jupiter's leaving Taurus, where it went full bull market and played with inflation, crypto and security issues for a year. And on the 26th, hooray, it's moved through the doorway into Gemini like a gust of wind blowing out the cobwebs. Jupiter in Gemini is filled with ideas, curiosity and versatility. Wherever you have Gemini in your chart will be an area of growth. Learning something new, making new connections, communicating ideas, messaging, and even opening multiple streams or a side hustle. But there's more. Jupiter's arrival activates Sedna and tunes into Pluto in Aquarius. It's a cosmic fist pump between these large, loud, and dramatic planets that announces the near future is here. The pace is fast and the mood alchemical. These guys are all hungry for more. Sedna rules the oceans. She's an extreme mother goddess who provides food, transport, and cultural connections. But if disrespected, she summons up extreme weather and terrible storms. She's the goddess representing evolutionary leaps, AI, and climate change. Pluto trining Jupiter from Aquarius intensifies the collective upgrade into the future. The old way is dying off, and a paradigm shift is fully underway. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. It's a metal that is also liquid. It symbolizes the dual nature. Things aren't always what they seem. Jupiter in Gemini can be a smooth talker, foolishly overcommitting, or being downright duplicitous. There are always two sides to the Gemini nature, and Jupiter Sedna makes it multifaceted and futuristic. Jupiter in Gemini can launch mass production, it diversifies and doubles up. It pulls a focus to trade agreements and collabs, big contracts, mergers, a shake-up in education, tech giants, and a leap in communication and transport technology. Language, code, and symbols are accelerated. So with this shift, we can expect a bonanza of all things AI, drones, automation, driverless vehicles, microchips in the brain. Suddenly, it will all seem accessible, regular, and necessary. Where can you feel transformation calling you? The whole month is still bubbling from both the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction and the Eris eclipse that pushed you to bite the bullet and enter brave new territory. It's time to air out the comfort zone, and there's a magnetic quality tempting you forward. The new moon on the 8th drops the practical steps to help find your way. Chiron on Mercury can help you resolve a hurt, change your belief, and help you move out of pain and limitation. Agreements and contracts made at this time are more inclusive. Some of you will be getting recognition and acknowledgement in this first part of May, and it goes a long way towards healing and reconciliation. A guide, a mentor, or spiritual practice can step into the picture just as you need it. So keep your options open and trust that inner calling. For the rest of May, the bubbles of enthusiasm, breakthrough, and realization keep coming. You could be swept up in momentum and breaking free of some really heavy baggage. You are on the move, and you can feel it in your body. Trust your instincts. You have more strength and resources than you realize. And the call here is for you to ignite your spiritual warrior aspect and step up and align with your soul path. Soon after that Sag full moon on the 24th, its planetary ruler Jupiter makes the dive into Gemini, with Sedna and Pluto welcoming Jupiter's arrival at the entrance. It's a big, loud celebration of more. And there's 12 months of more ideas, more solutions, more complications, more information, knowledge, and eventually more wisdom. What to watch for with Jupiter in Gemini is overcommitting. It's a very stimulating energy. It can't stay in one spot too long. It affects your nervous system, your lungs, your arms, and your legs. So all of these places can get strained and stretched. Find the balance and don't overpromise. What's to celebrate with Jupiter in Gemini? It's the reinvigoration and growth of curiosity, investigation, new ways of communicating, accessibility. This is a really open, fluid, and rapidly evolving time. Think of the kelp forest, anchored in rock, but reaching for the light, filtering and harnessing the powerful currents of the environment. Where is it that you need to anchor into reality while maintaining a brilliant, expansive, flexible outreach? I'm Meryl Key, and this is my mystery school. Thanks for tuning in. Find me on Instagram at my_mystery school or on my website www.merylkey.com.